take a picture of you.
Hello, welcome back to my channel, everyone. Today, I know the setting changed. I'm no longer in my little film studio room. We're in Sloan Cafe for probably one of the last few times. And I have my special guest today, Lily, who's kindly joining us on YouTube. And we're going to talk about graduation. What a sad topic.
What a sad topic.
But I think this is just in time for graduation.
Is it like 18
months? So we're counting down, and I think we're here to talk to you about how we feel about our 2 years at Sloan and what we look forward to. I hope you enjoy it.
I feel like we wanted to make this happen for a while, so I'm glad that we did.
I know. And Lily is an influencer, so check out her channel. I'm going to link it here. We will. She is a real influencer.
That's not true. I'm inspiring influencer.
Yeah, maybe I will let you introduce yourself.
Yeah. Hi everyone. My name is Lily Wandusen. I am a second-year MBA student at MIT Sloan, along with Minnie. I am originally from Ethiopia. I was born and raised there, but then ultimately moved to Boston and have lived in Boston for about 18 years before moving to New York. After New York, I moved back to Boston to pursue my MBA. When I was in New York, I was working in pharma industry advisor, and then post-MBA, I'll be working sort of short-term in the e-commerce space.
So I think how we're going to do it today, we will ask each other some interview questions related to our experience at Sloan and with our MBA. My first question for Lily is, what inspired you to do content with your MBA? Or have you started content before MBA? What was this thinking around content?
I love that question because I was always really interested in doing content. When I lived in New York, I always thought like, okay, I love all influencers, I love fashion, I love the creative space, and I've always wanted to do it. But I've never really consistently posted. When I came to business school, I really did have a space that I thought MIT Sloan was just like an enigma, and no one really knew about business school at MIT. Like everyone knew about the Harvards, the Whartons. And I just wanted people to see a little inside of what school life was like at Sloan. It's such a unique space. We're in Boston. We're in this like really big ecosystem. I first started doing it by asking some of my classmates just like to tell me a little bit about themselves on TikTok. People really loved that, so I just started continuing to post about like day in their lives. MIT also really loved it. They used it for some of their like social platforms.
Totally agree. I feel like I started because I was doing my admissions research, and I came across so many YouTubers from all the other MBA programs.
Yes.
And there's probably like one or two from Sloan, but not from a very personable voice. That gives you a full picture of the kind of day in life or the Sloan life here.
Question for you. If you had to do an MBA again, would you do it and why? And if you wouldn't, why?
I think the short answer is yes, I would do it again. I think there are things that I would probably approach differently and think differently. There are things that I actually wish I knew before, which would in some ways better prepare me for certain, I guess, challenges that I wasn't really foreseeing. I think for me, I think I had this very rosy picture of what an MBA was like. And I would say all the things that I thought in my head and had the vision of pretty much came true. What I wish I knew maybe earlier was to be more intentional about the challenges of potential career pivot. I think many people knew I came here to do product management, which has been quite difficult in the past 2 years just because of the market restructuring and a lot of things that are happening.
Yeah.
So I think, again, that's not something that anyone can predict or foresee, but my advice would be if anyone is coming into an MBA with a lot of career pivot ambitions, definitely I would have done more research to prepare myself mentally for the work that would have to go into it and the potential challenges. The other thing maybe is what I got out of the program was like a lot of self-reflection and discovery. I did not expect this. I was like, wait, I'm here for career, for networking or whatever you name it. But I think really I feel like I had so much time to just reflect and become more mature, I think, emotionally, reflecting on your goal and vision for your life. If I knew earlier that this was indeed like an outcome, I think I actually would have even given myself more space to explore that earlier. Short answer, yes, I would do it again, but I think you probably just need to be open-minded about what you get out of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of those things we just can't foresee, right? Like I think that's part of like coming here and growing and stretching yourself. One of the questions they asked is like, what are you taking away from like your MBA experience? And someone said, I've taken reflection a lot more seriously, and I think that's part of the the gift that this experience has given us.
I think on that note, it's perfect to pivot to my next question, which will be an interesting one to talk about for the viewers, because I do think people have certain views and perceptions of what an MBA program is like. So I actually wanted to ask you, what do you think is the most challenging, I guess, aspect or the most challenging time that you've had during this time?
Yeah, I do think it's important to be really honest and transparent about the MBA journey, because we probably post all the fun things and the partying and the traveling, but there's definitely moments and spaces in time where you're feeling really frustrated, defeated. Personally, the moments I struggled the most is when I first started. I think that ramp up of really reorienting myself to be back as a student. A lot of us that come to this place are usually the smartest people in the room, but that really just comes out. You're no longer that person, because everybody in this place is really freaking smart, and you feel like you're the dumbest person in the room. That reorientation of ego is also really hard to adjust to. I would say core was probably one of the toughest semesters that I've had at MIT. For those of you who may not know, MIT Sloan has a curriculum where first semester as a student, you come in and you work with a set amount of students and your classmates for the entire semester. You're in these classes together, you're working on your projects together, you submit homework together. You have to adjust to working with different personalities, conflicting priorities, and it's a perfect way to learn how to effectively manage your time, how to prioritize different things in a very fast way. I wasn't used to that kind of environment pre-business school, so really definitely challenged me. I would say like core coupled with like recruiting was like really some of my most challenging times.
I think a lot of people can totally relate to both of those things. If you're curious, I think I mentioned the core team structure and the Ocean, the cohort structure, my previous video about academics at Sloan, so check that out. And recruiting as well. I think I did a bunch of recruiting series to talk about recruiting for different industries. Like, I just really hope that people have the full picture of like what it's like during your MBA time. My next question focused on Sloan. I think I've been asked so many times, like, oh, what's your best memory at Sloan? And I think it's so hard to narrow it down. So maybe I'll try to narrow it down for you. Like, maybe highlight one or two experiences that really surprised you or that was very special for you.
I think one of the most special moments, oh my god, this is hard, but I would say like in general, like I really love, everybody says this, but it's true, like going on trips it's really amazing. There are two places, actually maybe three, that I would like reflect on. The first one is I did a study tour and I went to Japan and Vietnam, and I've never really been part of that world. I've never been to Japan, and I've always really loved Japanese culture. It was just like one of the best memories. We went as part of sort of like a class curriculum where we had the chance to visit companies that were working around sort of like the China Plus ecosystem and in the supply chain space. But I would say that for sure is one of my fondest memories. The other one is going to Georgia. Never in a million years thought I would go there, but it was actually one of the best trips I've ever taken. Had really good food and just was exposed to a culture that I was not familiar with.
I can't agree more. Try to do vlogs on trips.
It's hard,
and I'm improving. It's really difficult to vlog and while enjoying yourself.
It really does take a lot of like intention, and it's also like it's a work. You have to carry a camera.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
You and I both are graduating, which feels kind of crazy. Tell me some of the things that you're feeling right now. Like we have, as we mentioned, we have 18 days. Are you nervous? Are you excited? You just got married. Tell me, where's your head at? What are you thinking about?
I know. I just love that question so much because I think some of my friends know that I'm really not good at talking about feelings. And that is one thing that I really learned during MBA, which is so funny, like how to talk about feelings and address your own feelings and recognize how you're feeling.
Yes.
But on that note, I think definitely a sense of nostalgia for sure. We just went to our end of the year spring gala, and I think that was a moment when I felt like, wow, okay, this might be the last time where we're all in a social setting dressed up together as a class, because I think after next week when class ends, people will go for trips or family time, and we're all going to reconvene during graduation ceremony, but maybe it's difficult to get people just on their own by themselves immersed in the program as a group again. So I think that definitely feels very sentimental. I think of course I am excited, as with a lot of people, to go back to our lives as adults, to have your routines back, to build on your career and go back to the real industries, learning new things. So it's a very different types of journey, and I think it's different from coming out of undergrad where you're just excited for the world for no reason. I mean, I was, but now it's like, okay, I know what I'm getting myself into, but I'm still excited for kind of this new chapter where I think I know better where my strengths are, where I need to work on. It'd be great to get paid again. I think that is,
oh my god,
first paycheck will feel so good.
Yeah.
I definitely look forward to that. I think I'm very lucky to know where I'll be living. Like, I know how to join my partner, so I'm happy that I don't have to worry so much about it.
It's a combination of excitement and also like fear, right? I feel like for 2 years we've had the safety net of being in this world. Okay, something didn't work out, I'm still gonna come back to being a student. But now it's like that safety net is not there. It's an exciting time, but it's also like, it's scary, right? We're coming back into the world that we haven't been in. And it looks way different than we left it in so many ways. I agree, it's excitement, nostalgia, and gratitude. I think a lot of the reality is a lot of people in this world don't get to be in this chair and in these spaces and be exposed to so many greatness. Hear so many speakers who are no Peace Prize winners, Pulitzer winners. Like, it's just, sometimes I'm like, man, like, we go here.
That is so well put. See, I think clearly, I think Lily's so much better at I totally feel everything that you're feeling. I need someone to
feeling it
out loud. Say it out to Damon. I'm like, that's so right. Hopefully we'll get to do this again, like a reunion, and then tell you about
I love that.
Right? Tell you about our journey, like a year or 5 years or 10 years into the real world again. Thank you for joining me.
This is so fun.
I know. Hope you guys enjoyed it too. Well, Lily I'm linking her channel, so find her, talk to her, and support her as well, and all of us as content creators. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.